All right, Panther fans, hockey fans, Edmonton fans. That the last two games have been very reminiscent and very triggering of the Panthers playoff run. Because first you had the Rangers losing to Tampa with 46 seconds left, right? And we could feel you on that 3.8 seconds. And then last night getting swept. Oh, it's just like nothing worse in the playoffs than getting swept, except for I think Edmonton kind of had it worse a little bit because their sweep came at home. At least our end came on the road. That was that was a tough game to watch from an Edmonton Oiler fan perspective last night because the building was dead and then it wasn't and then it was and then it wasn't because we're going to review the goal and then it was there's probably a the highest alcohol tab in years was run up last night after that game in Edmonton. Just I wanted a longer game. I wanted a longer series, obviously. Um Stu, are we going to get one? Let's start it this way. Are we going to get one from New York and Tampa? Can we get a long series? This is killing me. The last two series I've covered entirely was the sweep with Panthers, and now this is getting ridiculous.
Well, Tampa wins tonight. It's 2-2, so we're going to get at least two more games.
Right.
As far as last night goes, it's not like we didn't it's not a total shock and a surprise that Colorado won that game. We were talking about a possible sweep. It's the way it happened.
Right.
I mean, but that's, there again, great teams like, the cream rises to the top, man.
I mean,
down 3-1, down 4-2, and they just come back. McKinnon, again, McKinnon's the Kucherov of Colorado.
Yeah.
He's just,
yeah,
it's just incredible how one player like Darryl Strawberry.
Right.
Mets, right. Yeah. They used to say he's the straw that stirs the drink.
Right.
Anyway, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my best friend, Brian. He's actually in Nashville, buying a house there and looking to maybe move in a year. And, I was thinking Nashville's not a bad town. They have a pretty decent hockey team.
Yeah.
So, Brian, man, maybe we'll get season tickets for the Reds, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I Panther fan for life.
Yeah.
Even though they broke my heart again.
Only a few times. So that's the beauty of not making the playoffs a lot is they can only break your heart so many times, unless they break your heart by getting 96 points and still not getting in the playoffs. But now we're getting off subject. So last night,
you knew Colorado when they tied that game with 6 minutes left.
Oh, you knew. You knew
it was over.
You knew.
I mean,
even though Edmonton came back, Edmonton did come back, but the swings. I don't know if you watched the recap or not, but the first period, I'm like, that's it. It's over. It was obvious. It was over. Edmonton was done. They were buried. And the only thing keeping Edmonton in the game was just a little bit of puck luck, Mike Smith making a couple of saves. I don't know why it wasn't 3 or 4-0 at the end of the first period, because that's how it looked, And then even into the second period, you're just waiting. You just knew it was going to break open Colorado's way. And all of a sudden, a defensive breakdown, and Edmonton scores, and another one, and Edmonton scores, and then they get the stupid delay a game penalty, and it's 3-1 on 6 shots. They scored 3 goals, and the crowd is going crazy. Everybody's going crazy, and you're thinking, all right. So after the second period, I'm like, all right, we're gonna have a game 5. Come on, Edmonton, don't screw this up. It's an elimination game. It's at home. Come on, you're not going to blow a 2-goal lead at home in an eliminate. Come on, Edmonton, right? So and then Colorado says, 3 goals on 6 shots, and they get 3 goals on 5.
Yeah,
and I mean,
it was just incredible how quickly the score went from whatever 1-0,
right.
3-1, and next thing you know, it's like what 6-5. That was the final.
Well, that was the final, yeah. But I mean, it went from 3-1 to 4-3. I
Yeah,
think in less
4-2,
than 5
4-3.
minutes. Yeah, it went from 3-1 Edmonton to 4-3. I believe that was it, right? No.
It was
It went
3-1, then 4-2, then
right.
4-3, then 4-4, then
4-4.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, whatever it was, there was like 8 goals. It was like 100 goals and scored in 5 minutes. We'll just put it. It was, you couldn't keep up. I'm
Listen.
sitting there watching it, trying to remember who's scoring for the recap. I'm like, I give up. Everybody scored. Everybody scored because you couldn't keep up, man. And I
bottom
ain't gonna
line
write
is
shit down.
Colorado just showed to be the better team.
Yeah.
In all fact, Mike Smith. Sorry, Mike. I think it's time to hang him up, buddy.
And I would just like to apologize to Colorado fans because I did the thing that I do. I was quiet about Francois for a couple of games, and then in the live stream and in the pregame, I said, "Hey, he's playing so well. Maybe they should just stick with him instead of Kemper." And he immediately took a giant dump. So that's if you're new to the channel, I do that to a Panther player every day. Every game I do that. So that's my bad. I apologize for praising him, but you still Colorado still has Kemper. So you guys are good. And he was healthy last night. He was the backup, but
Kemper?
yeah, he was the backup last night. So you assume
right.
He was, obviously well enough to play if they wanted him to. But I think after that, you'll probably go back to him game 1 of the finals.
I think they'll go back to Kemper.
What do you got? Lawn work? What do you got? Lawn work or garbage men?
What's that?
Is it lawn work or garbage men?
I don't know. It's something.
Or is it aliens?
Sounds like water or something, but it's weird, man. Always when we get started.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can hear you.
Okay.
Is it coming over to sound?
It's audible. When you speak, we can hear you. So that's good enough. All right. So tonight, like we said, you know what? Before we get to tonight, let's just talk about Bruce Cassidy just for a half a minute. That he was fired by the Bruins. I almost said the Ravens because Raven is a big Bruins fan and he was on the stream. They were fired by the Bruins yesterday, and people were asking me, is he a possibility for the Panthers? So I wasn't sure what his history was in entirety, and I looked it up, and he has a history of getting a team to the playoffs for 4, 5, 6 years straight and not winning a championship. So I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass on that. The closest he's gotten, he got Boston to the finals once, and in all the years he was a minor league coach, lost in round 1, round 2, round 1, round 2, and no championships, no finals. So
a lot of coaches got canned.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they were washing off the roof or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, a lot of coaches got let go this year.
Right. So the question is, when are we going to know? How long are they going to leave us out there hanging out to dry, man? Come on, make a decision. I mean, I know they want to do the process and everything, et cetera. What I want to find out that the delay was that they were finalizing the contract negotiations with Trotz first before they fired Brunet. That's what I want to find out behind the scenes in a month. That's what took so long. Seriously.
Yeah, well, I think that, if that's the way they're going, that's probably what's going on.
If that's the way they're going, they better hurry up because now Boston just opened up too. And they're ready. I mean, they're not as ready to win as we are because they're kind of aging and they might lose Bergeron and everything. But
it's nice when you're a coach of that caliber.
Yeah.
That you have 5 suitors.
Right.
Like Quenneville.
Yeah.
But
well, I don't think he has 5 suitors anymore, unfortunately.
No.
Unfortunately, I think he's the one doing the pursuing it. Like you said, even if he wants to come back. If I'm Q, I'm like, you're second in all-time wins. Don't have much left to prove. The only thing you were going to prove with the Panthers because they were
Yeah,
ready.
you were going to do it. You were going to do it all over again with a new team.
Right.
Listen, I don't see him coming back.
No, I'd be like, you know what? I don't need this.
We can pipe dream all we want. And if the league lets him in with another team, that's even worse.
Well, it's worse for us. Yeah. I mean,
no, I mean that's if they're gonna let him in with his old team. Anyway, let's get off the coaching thing. Let's get on to the big subject.
All right.
And that's tonight. Tampa versus Rangers in Tampa. Game 4. What's going to happen? And don't tell me 3-2 overtime. Okay.
Three. Well, I got my overtime game last night, so I will consider the overtime. I will consider that fulfilled last night. I'm not betting against Tampa. I wouldn't. You could if somebody gave me $1,000 and it was just a gift, I'd still put it on Tampa until proven otherwise, they're the 2 times champs, and every time it looks like they're going to go away, they don't. And it's just like the Patriots and Brady. All right, every year they won a Super Bowl, they'd have some part in the regular season was like, they've lost a couple of games, they're done, and then no, and so until somebody beats Tampa 4 times in a series, although I am picking the Rangers to do that. I think the Rangers will do that in 7 games. But tonight, just the way we saw it in our game 4, the way that it ended with the 3.8 seconds left, that was actually game 2 that happened to us. And game 3 wasn't good. Just the way that it ended. All the momentum.
Us getting shut out.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about now. I'm talking about Tampa and the Rangers the other night. The way that it ended, all the momentum is in Tampa's favor now, all of it, and you're still at home. And Tampa's been there, done that. And the Rangers in the 3rd period the other night kind of had that. That was the first time you kind of saw the Rangers not know what to do. They hadn't been in that position before.
Not overconfident, not aggressive. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, if
they either shrug, then obviously Gallant, this is where he's such a good coach, and they either shrug that game off, or Tampa just comes out like a blitzkrieg,
right,
and takes it to them in the first few shifts. Right. And I mean, I'm expecting the Rangers to come out as they've been coming out, the same aggressive, forecheck, high energy.
Yeah.
Should be a good game. I'm thinking Tampa's going to tie it up, but I mean, of course, I want the Rangers to win. And if it happens in overtime, so be it. I don't care. But I think it's going to be an interesting game today. Just the key to the game, as I've said in every video before, somebody's got to stay on Kucherov.
Right.
Just blanket that guy everywhere he goes. Even if you take yourself out of the offensive, whatever.
Right.
Don't let Kucherov control the game.
Right.
And then stay out of the box, man, because
you
get penalties, Tampa's going to burn you.
Yeah. No, their power play is just too good. And it just seems like their power play steps up, takes it up another notch in the playoffs for whatever reason. It's just the quickness of their puck movement on the power play is so much better than everybody else. Right.
And the option. So, you got the you got Hedman, who's a great quarterback.
Right.
You got Stamkos on the left, Kucherov on the right, and now you got Braden Point's replacement, Corey Perry.
Yeah.
Who's no slouch.
Right. Yeah. They didn't miss a beat.
And who's in front? Who's in front? Killorn? Who's on that power? Palat? Who's on the power? Who's the 5th guy?
Oh man. I think they've been rotating it, to be honest with you.
Well, whoever it is,
whoever it is never gets the puck anyway, because
whoever it is jammed up in front of the goalie.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, they work a great power play. So if the Rangers either get goaded into taking stupid penalties,
right,
or they just take stupid penalties, like a delay a game or some idiotic thing like that,
that I hate that. Penalty.
Tampa's going to burn you. Tampa's going to burn you.
Right.
And that's going to be the difference in the game.
Yep.
Vasilevsky, of course, he always seems to rise to the occasion. And I think he was embarrassed in the first couple of games, quite frankly, in that game too.
Right.
I think he had to be embarrassed letting in, and he's been letting in those goals. They've been beating him high to the blocker. So
right. Well,
you don't think that he's not been working on that in the last day and a half?
The thing I'd be concerned about if I was a Ranger fan, because we've seen Vasilevsky do this. He had the game one was terrible. Game two wasn't great, wasn't horrible. Game three, all of a sudden, now it's 2-0. And then all of a sudden, Vasilevsky has said, okay, no more. We're done. And when he does that, it's bad news. It's bad news for the other guys because as we Panther fans have seen, he's capable of doing 4 games of nope, nothing. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
So it's not over.
Like the Rangers just have to find a way to get goals, whether it be, and he gives up rebounds.
Yeah.
And Kreider, excuse me. Sneeze coming. Kreider jumped on that Zibanejad, slap shot for that for that goal. And then, a deflection always, goalie really can't do anything when it's sometimes they make miraculous saves.
Right.
And then again, finding that sweet spot.
Yeah, well,
high up.
Right. And that's where you have to shoot on Vasilevsky. So well,
we'll see.
That we'll see.
Either way. I mean, I have a feeling, it's going to go 7, but I just want to see Rangers get to the finals. That's all.
I know. And like I said last night, now that we know it's Colorado, to me, I feel like if it's Colorado, Tampa will win, and if it's Colorado, the Rangers will win. But that's just my gut. That's just
you really think that you think the Cup's going to the East, no matter what.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Wait. What did I just say? I might have said something different last night.
If it's Tampa, Colorado, Tampa wins. If it's Rangers, Colorado,
Rangers it's funny.
I think if it's Tampa, Colorado,
you think Colorado
wins.
It's funny because
I think Colorado wins the Cup this year.
I have a memory.
Say that.
I have to go back and watch the recap because I might have said it differently last night. For some reason, I was thinking I didn't put A and B together, but as of this morning, yes, I think no matter who wins, they're beating Colorado because of goaltending.
Colorado's
that's what it was.
They got a goalie problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, you said Kemp was the backup last night. I don't know. How? I mean, if he was game ready, why didn't they play him?
Well, remember we had that situation with Bobrovsky and Knight earlier this season, where Knight was Bob was the backup. He had been hurt and he didn't come back, and he was the backup for that one game. And that was the game that they left Spencer out there for 7 or 8 goals, and Bob never came in. So, and they let Francouz out there last night when he obviously wasn't at the top of his game. So you just kind of wonder, about the health of Kemper at that point. And I guess it was an eye injury is what it ended up hearing that it was.
Yeah, he got sticked.
Yeah. So that could be tricky. But that's the reason why I would pick either one of the other teams, because of goaltending, and then, then we'll just have to deal with, the trade rumors with Bobrovsky. We'll send him to Colorado. They need a goaltender. We'll do that. If he doesn't want to go to Edmonton, we'll trade him to Colorado.
Edmonton scenario, that Uyghur Bob Edmonton scenario sounds really great. I mean, it's a good script. Just it's not,
Yeah, no,
not reality.
It's not real. We've got to somehow. We've got to get some hot models.
I am sitting here on my terrace.
Right.
There's like some wispy clouds.
Right.
It is 79 degrees.
Right.
Humidity not bad, and it's just a gorgeous morning.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, there's no way Bob's giving this up.
No, I know. Well, like you said, but I wonder if we gave him the option. I don't think it happened this year, But I wonder if we said we're going to trade you or buy you out, which one he'd take.
He'll take the buyout.
Right.
He'll collect that $5-6 million, whatever, and then he'll go sign with
Yeah.
Joe Schmo for a few $1,000,000.
Right.
I mean, quite literally, he's got a $70 million contract if fulfilled.
Right.
I mean, the guy doesn't even have to play anymore.
Right.
If
Right,
he
right,
wants,
Right.
he can just ride into the sunset with his young family and just enjoy the beach,
Yeah. Yeah.
But these guys don't look at Tom Brady, man. They don't do it for the money. When you get to that point,
Yeah, when you get right.
and Tom Brady ain't doing it for the money. All right.
Right, right. It's like Mike Smith out there.
Between him and Giselle, man, what are they worth? $1 billion?
Yeah, may as well be. May as well be $1 billion for us.
It's the love of the game.
Right. Yep.
That great Kevin Costner movie, where he pitches a perfect game in his last game. I mean,
yeah.
For the love of the game. That's
right.
Like such a great movie title.
Right.
How many athletes have, not hung them up when they should have, because
it's tough, man.
They can't imagine their life without the routine, like a hockey player, going to practice in the morning and coming back and having a nap or a pregame meal and then riding, let's say Ekblad and Huberto riding to the arena and get ready for the game and blah 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 blah. So
no, and especially with hockey players, you've been doing it since your early teens, at least.
Hockey players are definitely creatures of habit too.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
But as far as Bob goes, he got a cushy deal, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Yandel didn't want to leave either.
Yeah, no. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. So,
and Yandel deal's gonna fucking haunt us this year. This $5.4 million.
Yeah. It's going to cost us a player, and
it's definitely gonna squeeze our nuts.
Yep. But Zito has pulled off some crazy shit before, so who knows? Right? I think the more I think about it, the more I think any kind of Bobrovsky deal could possibly end up being like a three, those 3-team deals where like one team is the bumper to take some cap space. And so if anybody could do it, Zito could do it. He could pull it off, but we don't know what they're thinking. And that's the thing, man. They're just leaving us out here. The longer they leave us out here with no news, the worse.
How long has it been? Wait, how long has it been since we lost the last game? 3 weeks?
No, it's not been 3 weeks. Okay, wait a minute. It was 9 days.
3 weeks. It's maybe been. Yeah.
It was 9 days from the time we lost to where Tampa played, and they've played 6 days. So it's been 2 weeks. It's been 15 days.
Okay. Yeah. He said we're going to take a few weeks to decompress and evaluate the whole situation.
In fact, today's Tuesday. So yesterday was 2 weeks because it was the Sunday, Monday was the end of the season.
Well, it's got to happen in the next 3 weeks because free agency is July 1st.
Right. So it's just like, come on, man. Come on, Bill. Let's go. Because what I was saying was that the longer they leave us out here with no news, the worse our takes are going to get, because we start getting desperate for what the hell are they trying to, when somebody won't tell you what they're thinking, you start off close, and then the longer it goes, you end up so far away from what they're really thinking, because you're like, what? Just tell me already. So we don't know. He could be working a trade because he's desperate to sign Uyghur, for all we know.
You know what, Eric?
Wouldn't that be some shit?
We might be totally wrong on the Uyghur thing.
That's what I mean. We
might just say, I'm not trading him. This kid.
No, I'm open. Look, I'm totally open to that possibility that we could have it completely upside down, and he could be like, well, I had to trade Bob because Uyghur is such an important part of the team, and we'll just, if we had hair, it would turn white at that.
If he signs Uyghur and lets Gudas go, yeah, that's exactly. That's what I'm just, if like he does something stupid like that.
Well, he hasn't done anything stupid yet.
No, no, well, only one.
Which the kid, the
The
Johansson?
Johansson, the
Yeah.
goalie.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell was that was all about.
Still don't get that one.
No, could have had any number of third goalies.
Craig Anderson.
Right.
Craig Anderson was down here in his house in Boca
Yeah.
watching TV,
I don't know. Maybe they saw something they wanted to see.
playing mahjong with the neighbors.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. That concludes this morning's pitch session. We need news. We need something to happen. All we have right now is speculation.
We're gonna start making up content.
Yeah, we're gonna start making up shit.
We're gonna start a flying fluffy hockey like that.
Like
I
the
won't mention
rumors.
the guy's name. I won't mention his name, but there's a YouTuber out there that comes off as this big hockey expert, and every day he's got trade rumors that are just made up nonsense.
Right.
Where are your sources from? The only time again, Elliot Friedman, Pierre LeBrun, when those guys are on Twitter saying something,
Right.
they're usually right. Elliot Friedman for sure.
Yeah, which is why I give the Bob rumors.
Yeah. So
credence.
until I see something about that, I'll just say, okay, let's see what happens.
Right. Yeah.
But it's amazing how many times that guy's on top
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yep.
So,
All right. Appreciate all support. I'll be back tonight with the stream 1 hour before the game, and then
hit the like button, please.
like,
Hit subscribe, please.
subscribe. Really
If you want to
appreciate
know
that.
when we do these videos or Eric's other videos, hit the notification button.
Yep. And Stu and I will be back tomorrow morning, and then there's no hockey tomorrow. For the first time in a while, there's no hockey tomorrow.
You mean
So
Thursday.
no, there's no hockey tomorrow. Today,
yeah.
yeah.
The game's tonight. All right,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
No
So
hockey
there's
tomorrow.
no hockey tomorrow. Stupid Edmonton couldn't hold the lead, but that's a different story. All right. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you in the next one.